What's going on, guys? This is Mr. DeLorean here with today brand new video, and welcome to a bit of a theory video. Now, if you guys did not watch my previous video, which was essentially a breakdown the episode 3 trailer for season 11 of The Walking Dead for the next episode that is going to premiere this Sunday called Hunted, I did mention a quick segment in the video kind of as text and everything, and I'm assuming many people didn't want to really read the text and everything, so I kind of want to make a full video, more of so a really full, quick video and everything on this theory. And this theory is that basically Elijah, the character that is from Maggie's group and everything, and only had one talk scene in season 11 and in season 10 so far, which is so painful because if he dies, it's like, you know, like, why did you only give him one talk scene? It almost makes it predictable that he's gonna die. Because the whole thing in, like, you know, television, like, you know, movies and everything, when a character finally starts to open up and, like, you know, be themselves and talk, they get the fucking arrow to the head. That was more of Denise and everything, but you know what I mean. But let's hop right into the theory and everything, and why I do think this, like, you know, will happen or everything. And do keep in mind going into this video that this is not based on, like, you know, me seeing episode 3 because I refuse to watch AMC Plus or Premiere. So this is basically based off of, like, you know, clues from the trailer and everything and evidence I've gained and everything. I'm like the detective of The Walking Dead. So yeah, there's no spoilers to episode 3 and everything. This is essentially all based off of, like, you know, evidence and clues that I've seen in the trailer. So let's begin the theory. So basically the main first thing in the trailer for episode 3 and anything that really does point to a possible Elijah death, or at least Elijah getting wounded, is a weapon that Maggie does throw to Reaper that does really look like Elijah's sickle and everything that has blood on it. Now in the previous episode and everything, we did get to see the character Cole get something that looks like a sickle to his leg and everything, and, like, you know, Maggie's people help drag him off and everything, and maybe Maggie, like, you know, will be the person that they drag him to, and maybe, like, you know, that's where Maggie gets, like, you know, the sickle to throw at this Reaper and anything, and the blood is from Cole's leg. But let's say if it's not from Cole's leg and the, like, you know, the Reapers use, like, you know, these sickles as common, like, you know, as common weapons, which does make sense and everything, since, like, you know, I don't know, I guess they're a bit more stylish than a standard knife. I don't know, the Reapers do look pretty stylish with their masks. But if, like, you know, this is another sickle from another Reaper or anything, and this is not the one that went in Cole's leg, what if a Reaper does wound Elijah? And I'll get into a bit of why the Reapers do want to, like, you know, wound specifically Elijah a little bit later in the video. But what if Elijah does get wounded during the battle and everything? And Elijah, like I said, is starting to open up a lot more. I think he had a lot of dialogue in episode 2 and everything. So what if he does start to open up a lot more? Actually, I do apologize. In episode 1, he had a lot of dialogue and everything. What if he starts to open up and everything to Maggie and everything, and he gets stabbed and everything, and he's like, yo, leave me, go and everything, and then Maggie leaves, but obviously Negan and her are gonna come back to help people during, like, you know, the morning after the, like, you know, the woods battle with the Reapers, to help, like, you know, the wounded people and everything get to safety, get to, like, you know, Maggie's, like, you know, place of Meridian and everything, or to the mall that I did mention in my, like, episode 3 trailer breakdown. But the next part of the theory is when Negan and Maggie are coming for cleanup to help the wounded people after the, like, you know, the night battle in, like, you know, the woods with the Reapers, is Negan does come across someone with their, like, you know, arms tied and everything and back tied to, like, you know, a tree. Now it is very unknown, like, you know, as of now, who this person is, and, like, you know, there's been plenty of videos on, like, you know, the fact that this might be Virgil and everything, this might be Gabriel, this might be just anyone. It's like, you know, anyone's, like, you know, anyone's game on who this can be and everything, and anyone's guess. But I do think I finally have the confirmed theory on today and everything on what, like, you know, who this can be, and I do believe this is Elijah. Now let's break down why I do think this is Elijah. So first, many people have, like, you know, theorized based on Elijah's mask and everything and the Reaper's mask on how they're the exact same, that Elijah, before he did join Maggie's group, was a Reaper, and that maybe he left and everything because he didn't like, you know, how brutal they were, because Elijah does seem like a genuinely nice person or anything, just very quiet and shy. And this will be really unfortunate since Elijah did lose, I think, his brother or sister and everything, as he did mention to Kelly, which would be really painful for him not to find his sibling. And I think it'd be really cool for him to find her, but I guess that's kind of like, you know, the point of season, like, you know, 11 is how it's just really brutal and the Reapers do not give a flying fuck about anything. Or maybe even Elijah's sisters are part of the Reapers and anything. Holy fuck. But basically, what if this is Elijah tied to, like, you know, the tree and everything with his arms tied back and everything? And now, why do I think this is Elijah besides the fact that, like, you know, the Reapers might want to kill him? Well, above the tree and everything, it does say Judas, like, on the kind of this, like, you know, wooden paddle or board and everything above, like, you know, the tree and everything, where, like, you know, this person's tied to say Judas, and the person is burned to a crisp Crispin or anything. So now, I'm not really versed in the Bible or anything. I had to do tons of research to even figure this out in the first place. But basically, Judas in the Bible is someone that betrayed, like, Jesus and everything to, like, the enemy in, like, the Bible or anything. I don't know. I didn't read the Bible nor the sequels. But basically, and like, the Reapers do have names like the Pope and everything, kind of like, somewhat religious names a little bit, like, the Pope, like, religion tie-in. So what if, like, the Reapers do tie Elijah up and everything as kind of, and put Judas and kill him and burn him to a crisp and, like, murder him brutally because he did betray the Pope and everything, who, like, might be considered Jesus towards the enemy and join the enemy, which is, like, our survivors towards the Reapers. Like, our survivors, like Daryl, Maggie, and, like, Negan and everything, all of them are, like, enemies to the Reapers. So, like, Elijah was burnt to a crisp and considered the Judas against the Reapers and everything because he betrayed them and technically joined our enemy group and everything, or what's considered the enemies to the Reapers. Now, that was my theory video into, like, who I do think will die in, like, episode 3 and everything, and who I do think this person is and everything, who will be dealt this incredibly brutal and painful death. Make sure to leave your thoughts down below and everything. Do you guys think this is Elijah? Do you think my theory does make sense and everything? Make sure to leave your theories down below on who you guys do think this person is and who you guys think will die in episode 3, because I do think there will be a brutal, like, outcome to this Reaper battle and everything, because Maggie did mention in episode 1 that there's clearly not a lot of Reapers and everything, but they do have extreme and intense military training and everything, and militaristic, like, strategies. So if there's not a lot of them, but they're very skilled, it's a high chance, like, with this war and everything. I might make another video on kind of, like, what the outcome of this war could be, but a quick breakdown is basically that a lot of the Reapers will make it out and everything, but they will take the lives of a lot of side characters and everything, or maybe even some, like, big characters that they, like, focused a lot on episode 2. But like I said, that was my theory video on Elijah and everything, his possible death and who this could be in episode 3 and everything. Make sure to leave your thoughts down below on your other possible theories and everything, because I'm very interested to see, and, like, maybe let's have a discussion in the comment section below. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more of the latest in the Walking Dead universe and everything, and for more theory videos and breakdowns and, like, stuff like this and everything more in the future, and more awesome Walking Dead content, and yeah, just more stuff like this and everything. So yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I said that right, anything, and yep, I see you guys later, my amigos, and peace out.